So welcome to the Spirit of the Outdoors. If I can get this camera right. And my second annual Turtle Flambeau Flowage kayak, whoa, hello, kayak camping trip. So this is going to be my annual thing, I think, in the beginning of June. And what I love about this place is, let me just see once here, get this camera to work right. I kind of got it in my PDF. What I love about this place is, I'm going to spin around here, is these little areas back in here. You've got islands with these little bitty coves that you can come back in here. And obviously people do, because I see bobbers that were caught and they couldn't get them out. But this is what I love about this place. You've got all these little hidden little areas, and of course, I'm sure fishermen know that are up in this area, know little areas like this and stuff. But it is just fantastic. And I am headed, oh, you can see rocks, wow. That's why you don't bring a boat back in here. You can see the rocks underneath the water. And they're pretty amazing. So anyway, I'm working my way around to a campsite. I'm not sure which one yet. I had a plan, and the plan kind of went out the window when I got here yesterday, and winds were gusting about 30 knots, somewhere around 20, actually about 20 knots, which I think is about 35 miles an hour. I seem to recall something like that. But anyway, the winds were about 35 miles an hour, and this whole area was just little white caps. And you know, there were a lot of fishermen out, a lot of people fishing. There were people fishing in their boats, the bigger boats, you know, bass boat type things. And so it was rough for them, but it wasn't capsizing, which is what I would have been in. I would have had to just continually paddle and go crazy. Today there's a little bit of a breeze, which is nice, cools you down, keeps the bugs away, but the water is calm, and that's I like to see. I was on the dock and I had to hold on to the pole that was supporting the dock because the dock was just rocking and rolling, and I thought, if the dock is moving like this, I don't want to be out on the water. So I just went and held up for the night, and now I'm back at her. And it's a beautiful morning, and more to come on the Turtle Flambeau Flowage second annual kayak camping trip. So I was a little worried because I came across like 5 or 6 different campsites that were taken, and so now I finally got mine. So I decided to stay here. When I found this one, it's still early, but I already came 3.5 miles looking for a campsite, and I thought, I'm just gonna do this. So these campsites up here, if you haven't watched any videos about the Turtle Flambeau Flowage, They're all first come, first serve. I don't know if I can get this without falling in. They all have that, if you can see that. They're all marked with an R or an F. R is rustic, F is family. The only difference is that family campsites, the F campsites, have a table. Otherwise, some have a little bench, which is nice. Kind of like that. And there's a trail to a commode out in the woods. So that will be good. And that's it. That's the campsite. It's 11 o'clock, and I thought I already have gone 3 miles. I could go 4 or 5, but I just wanted to make sure I had a campsite. Tomorrow I'm going down to some campsites that are in a pretty windy little canal area, and I'm hopeful that the bigger boats won't go through there and take some spots. So we'll see what happens. Once I give this one up, you never know if I can come back here. So it's a gamble. But so I am preparing my lunch. My lunch consists of the pizza grain bowl created by Chef Corso, montyboca.com, Steve Corso. Thank you so much for these recipes. I am making the pizza grain bowl. I've already mixed in some meat. It's basically salami. I was going to get pepperoni, but I had a salami, so that's what I'm having. And these multi-grain, this is a brown rice, barley, millet, flaxseed, wheat, red quinoa, and wild rice. So it's quite a mixture of things, 7 grains. And I'll put some tomatoes and some other, that's like Italian spices, salt, that kind of thing are all mixed in there. I'm going to add some lemon juice. I'm going to add some black olives right here. Some olive oil, which is in there. And I'm going to mix that all together. And that's going to be a no-burner, easy lunch where you just mix that stuff all into a bag and eat it up. So that's my lunch. It's called the Pizza Grain Bowl. Again, montyboca.com. Chef Steve Corso is the one that's created all this stuff for going out into the backcountry and having some good food instead of just the same old freeze-dried and other stuff that you pack up. This did not take up that much more. It was not that much heavier and not that much more weight in my bag than taking the stuff I took before. I took freeze-dried for dinner, and then I took a bunch of different stuff for lunch, and breakfast was either oatmeal or bars. So same type of thing, not that much different in weight and the amount in my pack. So, and you can do this kind of stuff pretty easily. Like I said, that's even some little lime packets. I'm not going to put that in. I'm putting the lemon juice in that, but this is olive oil. I put it in little bottles. Lemon juice instead of taking a lemon, just making it a little easier on myself. A little hot sauce. Parmesan cheese from Olive Garden. Thank you, Olive Garden. You know, you can do stuff like that. It makes it easy. And then you just eat this, and it's just, I've had this before. It's delicious. So that's my lunch. Turtle Flambeau Flowage. Lots of people out here. It is in the 80s today. There's going to be, you can see the fishermen out there, people fishing. There's going to be lots of people out on this flowage. Last year at this time, it was cold, and I would see people fishing, but it was not that many people out here. Not like this. I had every campsite I went to was open. I had no problems. This year, it just got warm really fast, and everybody's out. So I'm hopeful that it just works out. But for right now, I found my campsite. I am happy. I am a day later starting because of the wind yesterday was just unbelievable. So here I am. And this is where I'm going to be now. For today, I'm going to try and head down to these other campsites. So hopefully I find one. If I don't, well, I'll figure that out. It's always an adventure. So here we are. Turtle Flambeau Flowage in Mercer, Wisconsin. It's a beautiful area. It's all these little islands, all these little nooks and crannies in the waterway. And that's why it's so popular with fish. The fishing, for the fishing. It's incredibly popular for that. And since it's warm out, people are out. It's going to be a busy, busy week, but I am excited. So I'm just sitting here enjoying the view and eating my dinner. And look what I did. I got two on the ground there. Gotta eat them. No, they're gonna end up in the garbage. Because if this were just regular dirt, I might pick it up. But it's sand. And that is not fun to eat at all. So, this is another Chef Steve Corso recipe. This is supposed to be actually lasagna with meat sauce. I just had some pasta instead of lasagna. I didn't get the lasagna noodles because we had these little bow ties, which make really good pasta. And I had some dried, some meat, and got the spices in there, and this is fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Great food. Much better than doing the oh my goodness, freeze dried. There it is. I knew it would happen. Okay, freeze dried. Just taste. The freeze dried stuff is good. There's nothing wrong with it. But this is all, kind of you make it, and it didn't take any longer. I mean, yeah, okay. So all I would have had to do is boil water and pour it in a pouch, and then wait, and then eat it. But this didn't take that much longer. The water boiled quickly. Noodles boiled, done. I just added, once the noodles were boiled, take off a little bit of the water and reserve just a little bit of water. Take some tomato paste in a tube. This is great stuff. You throw it in there, throw in your spices and the meat, and cook it up just a couple more minutes, and it's really good flavor. And of course some spices in there too that I don't remember what's in the recipe, but there's some good spices that are added in there. So yeah, this was fabulous. Another great meal. I'm trying to do almost all of them Chef Corso style. montyboca.com. He has really worked hard. He's been a chef for I don't know how many years, a long time. Classically trained chef. Now he likes doing outdoor stuff. He's been doing outdoor stuff, but he was trying to think of how he could combine those two things, and he's making fabulous recipes. You just have to have a little bit more, a few more things to take along. Even backpacking, this wouldn't be that bad as long as you have a sharp knife to cut with, and so you can cut up some of your stuff. And otherwise you just put it all into little bags like I did, and you just add the stuff to water. Or you might cook up something, some meat or something, and then add something to it. But they're all recipes that can be made. Like if you're gonna heat something, it's a burner recipe that he has. It can go in one pot. It doesn't have to be this big. It can be a pot like a Tokes Titanium, 750 milliliter, maybe a little bit bigger than that, if you're doing a couple people. But it doesn't have to be this big. I just took it along because Since I am kayaking, I can carry a little bit more gear. And so I've taken a few luxuries like this seat and like the radio, and you know, I've got some luxury. I definitely have some luxuries, you know, because I have the space to carry it. If I were backpacking, I could get away with a Totes, a titanium 750. I would have the little MSR, not the big one, and my little stove that fits on top, and I could have made it with this easily. And you wouldn't have to, you know, you wouldn't cook as much maybe, or you know, you have to just watch your proportions. But if you have it all fits into that pot, so it would be fine. And this was delicious. So this is the evening, coming into the dinner hour. I'm just kind of chilling out. It looked like it was going to storm, and then it passed over, and now the sun is out. It's beautiful. And I bet you that sun, I would imagine that when I had the camera on me, probably the sun was not good. It was probably shining right in the camera, and I didn't even think about that. But anyway, here I am, and it is beautiful out here. Just look at this. This is unbelievably fantastic. And I'm going to eat the rest of this. I'm going to I got to clean it up. And that's the other thing. It might take a little bit more time to do some of these recipes. Not a lot. You can easily do this stuff backpacking. He does it. Other people have done it. He's invited other people out, and they've done it backpacking. So you can do it backpacking. It's not a problem. I happened to bring more stuff because I could. So that worked out well. Backpacking, I haven't thought about doing this, so this works out well for me right now because I'm enjoying the kayak camping. I don't have a backpack trip planned yet, so I'm just working at this. But anyway, I'm gonna finish eating this up, and that will be it for the evening. I'll do the cleaning, and then it'll be done. Hey, good morning. And this is actually technically day 3, only my second day of paddling though, because Sunday was 30-mile-an-hour winds. It was pretty nasty out there on the Flowage, and I was not going to try and battle the wind. I just wasn't going to do it. So I took off yesterday, got down to this campsite, R18, and now I'm here. Just had breakfast. Well, I had breakfast about an hour ago or so. Got everything. Everything is ready, almost ready to go. Everything packed up. It's all. I just got to get a few more things put into some bags, and I'll get into the water. It is beautifully calm, and it's going to be sunny. Somewhat sunny. It's going to be there'll be sun and clouds mixed, and then it's going to be about 90 degrees today. So I'm going to hopefully just try and take my time and get down to where I need to go. I've got about 5 miles, a little over 5 miles. So it's going to be a challenge, but I am ready, and I'm looking forward to another great, beautiful day here in the Turtle Flambeau Flowage in Mercer, Wisconsin, up north, as they say in Wisconsin. When you go to northern Wisconsin, it's all up north. And I'm saddened by the fact that I will not be up here on the weekend. This coming weekend, I'm going to go back on Friday, but there is Up North Beer Fest. Come on, an Up North Beer Fest on Saturday in Eagle River. Oh well, that would be amazing to go to. It would be an interesting thing to see. Up North Beer Fest. Anyway, hey, if you're in northern Wisconsin this weekend, or well, it's the second weekend in June. You're not going to see this until then, so never mind. But if you're ever up north in Wisconsin in June, you can check out the Up North Beer Fest. All right, that's enough for right now. I'm gonna get out on the water, do some more shooting there, and hopefully get down to my next campsite. I saw some campsites that were taken when I was working my way this one. Thankfully this one was not. I don't know what today brings, but I'm gonna find out. So here we go. Well, I'm at my campsite. That's my view. It is fantastic. It's a beautiful day. And up in the 90s though, I mean it's about 89, 88, somewhere in there. So it's pretty humid, but at least when I was kayaking, because I am kayaking this week, out on the water, there was at least some breeze that was blowing out there. So, in my campsite now, haven't set anything up yet, just got here and at noon. I usually like to go a little bit longer before getting to campsites, but it's just, you know, I paddled 5 miles. I don't think I want to do, 10. I'm pretty ready to. And the other thing is that you just don't know what you're going to find in terms of campsites. If I had my campsites all set up, then I would plot it out and go probably a little bit longer. Anyway, that's neither here nor there because this is just the way it is. You can just kind of make it up as you go, and I like this. I did my 5 miles and I'm pretty happy. And I will eat my lunch and then I'll set up my tent. The one thing is there are lots of, turn this around. There are lots of flies right now and they're buzzing around my head. The great thing is that the dragonflies are in. They like to, they'll eat mosquitoes. I don't know what else they'll eat, but at least I've seen just all of a sudden the dragonflies just kind of came in when I got here. So they come in for the mosquitoes, I think, and that's great. I have no problem there. My clothes are sprayed with permethrin. If you don't know what that is, you can pick that up at Walmart, Sawyer permethrin. You spray your clothes, you let it dry, and then you don't have a problem with bugs on you. The ticks stay off. The mosquitoes, they'll come flying. They'll come flying in, and they'll kind of just, and boop, they're gone. So they don't like to come around the clothes on the permethrin. I'm a mess. I don't know how I get so dirty. Anyway, I'm making another Chef Corso wonderful meal. This is the Southwest Grain Bowl, and it looks kind of like a mess. But there's some grains. Again, it's like a barley, and I don't even know what it was. Here, I got it down here. Oh, it's barley and lentils. Barley and lentils already pre-cooked, you know, and then you pour that into a bag. You pour, I put little grape tomatoes, hot sauce, black beans. Black beans give it a nice protein and, you know, a nice little olive oil. And then my new friend, oh, I love this, is that crystallized lime. You can put that on things, and then, oh my gosh, it just gives it such a great flavor, and you don't need salt. It's a nice salt substitute, but it gives it a really nice, that almost that, you know, kind of that Southwest lime flavor to it. You could probably add anything else that you wanted to. Oh, I did add hot sauce. Yes, I think I said hot sauce. Hot sauce, black beans, the lentils, tomatoes. You could add any kind of vegetables that you want in there for a Southwest grain bowl. But I didn't bring a lot of that along. I have a zucchini that I need to cut up yet. I think that might have gone in there, but I don't know. I've got some other stuff that a zucchini is supposed to be used for. So one's a meat salad, so that should be good. Even though it's called a meat salad, there's zucchini and stuff in there. And I just used the rest of my tomatoes, so I was thinking, oh, I don't think I need tomatoes anymore. Could have used that for the meat salad, but I'll use zucchini and other stuff, and it'll be delicious. Anyway, so here I am, R11. It is so beautiful out there. Just look at that. Unbelievable. Anyway, I'm gonna eat my lunch and set up camp. Hey, welcome to day 3, Spirit of the Outdoors, and technically day 3 of paddling. I started on Sunday, but I didn't get out on the water on Sunday just because the waves were so high. But so it's Wednesday, so it's, you know, I would have paddled Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. This would have been the start of actually day 4 of paddling. It is day 3, so I guess technically it would be day 4. This is day 3. Day 3 of paddling. Like I said, I would have started on Sunday, but so I'm gonna go to another campsite. I'm gonna paddle for a while, and we'll see what happens. It is beautiful right now. Last night, huge storm came through. There was lightning, thunder. I think there was a little bit of hail. I didn't see it. I saw just like a couple come down. I was a little worried, but I think today is supposed to be, right now there's not a cloud in the sky, so I'm kind of waiting. I wish my tent would have been a little bit more in the sun. I was going to put it back a little bit further. I should have. If it would have been back where that sun is back there, I would be dry right now and be packing up. It's just that my tent's a little wet. I thought I would give it a chance just to dry. So it's later than I'd like to be. It's 9:30 right now. But I have a shorter paddle today. So, and then I will paddle tomorrow and figure out if I'm going to do, it just depends on the campsites. If the campsites are available, I'm going to stop. If they're not, I might just make a longer haul in. It just depends on what I find for the campsites. It's been hit or miss. When I first got out here, when I first came out on Monday, I saw a lot of campsites taken. They were closer to some of the landings. But even when I came down to one of the ones that was far down here, it had some stuff sitting in it, a cooler and things. And I was like, okay, they're out fishing, whatever. So it's hard to say. I'm just going to play it by ear. I'm going to check out some of these campsites as I go up towards the one I want to go to. I'm headed towards R3, but I'm going to see if the other ones are occupied. And if they're all occupied, then I might be just trying to find one, hole out, and then paddle in tomorrow, because it's hard to find them. And as it gets closer to the weekend, it might even be harder. There, thankfully, on the chain of lakes in Eagle River, there is a fishing tournament that starts. They register Friday night and they fish on Saturday and Sunday. So that might pull some of the people away from here, but you never know. Some people just come out and camp and fish, so that aren't tournament people. So I don't know. But there's a big muskie tournament up in the chain of lakes in Eagle River. So we'll just see what happens. So that's my plan for today. I'm just going to head up towards these other campsites and see what happens. If it looks like a lot of campsites are taken, I might just try and find one and then paddle in tomorrow. And then I was thinking about going and stopping at a car campground before going home. So just so I can get another night of just being out and camping, even though it's car camping in some kind of a campground. I'll find something, I think. So anyway, that's my plan. We'll see what happens. It's either going to be paddle today and paddle tomorrow in, or paddle today, paddle tomorrow, and then get really close to Fisherman's Landing and then in on Friday. So it just depends whether I go in on Thursday or in on Friday. It just depends on what the campsites are doing. So that's the plan. Here we go. I'm going to get the rest of my campsite packed up. It's going to be a late start today, but I just kind of hoping that things would dry out a little bit more. Beautiful lake today. Beautiful, beautiful lake. Fantastic. It's just gorgeous out there. Saw some trumpeter swans this morning. I don't know if I've ever seen them out kind of in the wild like this. I've seen some swans at some golf courses and things, but to hear those trumpeter swans go off, it really did sound like a trumpet. So this is what I got. And so I might be just too shaky with the camera. That was my fear, is that I was going to start shaking things around here as I hold it and try and talk. And I think because I move when I talk. Anyway, I'm going to get things packed up and see what happens for today. I'm looking forward to another great day on the Turtle Flambeau Flowage second annual kayak camping trip, day 3 for paddling. So here I go.